Hi everybody, I am Laura, Latina Army wife based out of Military City, USA. Welcome, bienvenidos if this is your first time. Mucho gusto, it's a pleasure having you here. I love luxury items and I like to be able to find luxury items at a great deal and also be able to pass these savings on that I've learned to my like-minded friends here that enjoy this type of video content. So if you want to be able to learn where you can score some great luxury items on sale, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and click on that bell so that way it'll alert you when I do upload my latest video. Now, I've got a special gift to myself that I purchased a couple of weeks ago, and I've been dying to share this new handbag reveal. It's my first luxury handbag for 2023. So let's get into today's video. So I am in my 50th birthday year, and I plan on treating myself to several things this year, more than I normally do. And I was lucky in a sense that I was actually able to find this handbag because it was released in this previous season, and I treated myself to a brand new Chanel handbag. And normally around bonus time, I normally will treat myself to a handbag, and this particular one, I'm just very, very happy that I was actually able to find this one with my sales associate. So let's get into this video and reveal this beautiful new handbag. If you think you might know what it is based on some previous reveals, pause the video and just make a note down below in the comment section. Are we ready to get into opening this big, beautiful box? I actually have my little, I don't even have to burn this candle because it smells very much like Chanel No. 5. So I love having this here in the glass slipper room, and I also have one in one of my other guest bathrooms. But it smells fabulous, this Chanel No. 5 candle. I don't know if you can find these online. You probably can, but there's these cute little boutiques in Boerne, Texas, which is right outside of our city, just up the highway, and there's a cute shop in there that has fabulous coffee table books, just beautiful spiritual like artwork, figurines, and they carry a lot of fun little Chanel like knick-knack stuff, some, you know, pretty much like designer inspired earrings. But I always go in for these candles because I just love them, especially for decor, and they really fill up the fragrance in the room or like in the bathroom, especially like in a small area. So just thought it would be fun to kind of display this one here and mix within my Cinderella stuff since I'm filming in this particular guest room today. But here is the beautiful box that we are going to open, and I'm going to set her down real quick so I can kind of get this one open because she's rather large. So we got the little camellia, and y'all know I normally like to slide. I'm just very, very thankful that I was actually able to find this item because my local SA here at Neiman said, Amiga, it's already sold. I don't have this item anymore, and a lot of times I might have to reach out to my Chanel store where they might be able to track something down. So this one, I reached out to my SA from Nordstrom's, and she happens to be in San Diego, I think. She's in California. So she happened to have this handbag there in the store. So we've got the beautiful tissue paper with the Chanel, and I don't normally like to tear it, so let me just pop it out. So as you can see, we've got all this wonderful tissue here, and lift it out. She's rather large. Inside the box, I have, of course, the little care booklet that has the polishing cloth, and the handbag is in this nice, lovely dust bag. So let's see. That smells so satisfying. To reveal, see the handles. This lovely, lovely, smells delicious. You've got this side profile view with the snap button closure, the back with a wonderful, nice, large back pocket, and it actually has a snap button, and the beautiful front with the nice champagne gold CCs, and you have the nice, lovely straps with the leather at the top, and of course you have the strap intertwined in between the champagne gold hardware. And what was nice about this one is that it had this nice little closure that you would just twist and it'll pop open. So it's not an open tote, it'll actually like, so it can actually close to where it doesn't, it's not an all open tote. And you have two pockets, one for like, probably like a cell phone, but you have the two back pockets here. Here you can see the Chanel ID tag in here for the authentication that it's registered. And I love it when a handbag comes with this leather strap, so that way you can attach your keys, or you can attach, you can actually even attach your like key fob here. But I love this because whether it's maybe a badge ID, something, this allows you to be able to attach especially the keys to this piece. And this is always like a winner for me when a handbag does that, because back in the day when I would buy the Dooney and Burke handbags, I loved that small detail feature that it has this lovely little part in the handbag where you can easily attach something to it. And you have a nice large back zippered pocket here. Take out the stuffing. And you have a nice open, roomy one compartment. It's not divided, which I love. Sometimes like compartments are nice, but I'm not really a fan of them because especially with this, it'll allow me to have a base shaper, like an organizer in here. And that's what I liked about this. And it's just roomy. It's just super, super roomy. And you actually have the kind of like a toggle. See that? So you have that here on both sides. That's when you have like a leather tote and you have it with this leather piece right here. Usually, sometimes some handbags, one strap will fall and then one always ends up staying up. So what I liked about this one is that I could always tuck this one of them in, right? So let's say if I didn't want to have that issue of it falling when I'm holding this handbag on my shoulder, I could always end up pulling, see this? I can always end up pulling these straps in and it'll just be out like a little bit here. But then if you keep it closed, I could always just carry the handbag with one strap and it would be fine. See that? In case it bothered me that one strap was always falling, I could always tuck the other one in or behind. See how it's just coming in? Nobody's gonna see it because it's against your body frame. And then I just have this one here over my shoulder. So that's what I liked about this one, that you could play with it, or you could tuck in the front one and then just carry the back. So even if you had it hanging like that, in the front, it'd be okay because you have it closed. So you can still do a one strap and it'll still look fine carried there. This is the 23C gray, but what I love about this gray color is that it has like a baby blue undertone, and it's actually looking good here in the glass slipper room with the paint color as well, and then the curtains that I have here in this guest room. But I love the fact that it has that different undertone rather than a typical darker gray or like a light gray, and it's a cool color. And I would not even say it's not like sea foamy. It has a really nice, like a blue undertone to this gray. and it's a really, really good size that can fit a laptop. And that's why I wanted this tote as well, was not only so that it can be just like a beautiful handbag, but also in case I wanted to use this some days and just be able to slip my work laptop in here. Normally I use my bags for like, I'll rotate them every week. And so I just thought this was a good size to fit my work laptop when I wanted to, because then I can just easily throw in like a walk or another small handbag that I'll interchange as well for if I'm having to go to another building like for lunch or something. But the size of this was nice. I like that it can actually close on the sides. There we go. So it's nice that you can actually cinch this in with that snap button detail there. Let me close this other side. There we go. Okay. So you can cinch it in by snapping those buttons, or you can just undo them and then have it open so that you have more room. But I love that it has a very nice, it gives it almost like the illusion that it does not have closure at the top, but it actually does. And I love the little turn lock on the CCs, and that you can just easily open this up like that. And I'm just in love with this color, and I thought it was just different. I thought it was really, really different. I missed out on that other really pretty gray that was released a couple of years ago. But I thought this one was really nice, and for the price of it, I like that it's roomy. And I'll tend to use this style more now as far as totes, because it still has some structure, so it's not floppy. So see that? So it's gonna stand up, whereas sometimes, like I do have another, my very first handbag was a tote style, and it's a very soft lambskin, but it doesn't have like structure where it'll sit nicely like this one does. See that? And you actually have the feet at the bottom. This one actually has the feet at the bottom. You have the beautiful, you just have the beautiful puffy quilting. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos of my 12 days of Christmas during the holiday season, I was doing the 12 gifts of Christmas just to kind of commemorate the time from the day after Jesus's birth up until Epiphany. And if you'll remember those videos, if you haven't seen them, I'll link them down below. But I purchased a leather accessory in this color, and then my husband gifted me one as well, which was a total surprise. I didn't expect it. And when I saw that they released this handbag that was in that particular same color as those accessories, I said, you know what? I would love to have a handbag that I have accessories to match. And the fact that it was this nice color, I tend to wear a lot of cooler tones in my wardrobe, and so I knew that this would be a perfect handbag to coordinate with that, and then plus of course match with my accessories. So let me bring those out for some additional eye candy so you can see some. Set that there. So in case you haven't watched those videos, this was the piece that I purchased. That is the key fob, and I like this newer style. I had been wanting this newer style that had this key ring here, and you actually have the 4 key rings here, but I loved that it had this piece where you could insert cards, and you also had this beautiful back flap pocket of cards. So it looks like the really pretty cute, if you didn't see this key ring, you would have thought that it's that pretty cute little card holder. But it actually can serve as a dual purpose, which is what I liked about it, was because of the fact that you have the beautiful detail of the CCs with this little leather piece down here versus just the C's here. And you have the back flap pocket like they do on that other beautiful little card case accessory. But I also have additional room to slide in a couple of cards here, but then still use my keys. So if I'm downsizing into like a mini, I don't have to carry 2 accessories, you know, my key fob and then a separate little card holder, especially if I just know I'm going to take a couple of debit cards. This will fit it and it'll do the trick. And it's a beautiful little classic card case looking accessory. However, it actually holds the keys. So the other item that I received in this particular gray is in this little case, and I haven't used them because I was actually waiting for the handbag to arrive. But it's this beautiful other little card case, zip around, and this small card case has the back pocket, and this one was gifted to me by my husband. It was a total surprise. And you have the nice little divided sections for the particular cards, and I just thought this size was perfect because I did not have a small zip around Chanel card case in my collection. I have several Louis Vuitton ones, but this one was perfect. He knew I had purchased this one for myself, and so then he ended up gifting me the little small card case, and they just absolutely match perfectly. Look at that. They match perfect. And I just love it. I love that it's a beautiful gray with a bit of a blue undertone to it. So it's not a dark gray, it's not a very light gray. It's actually a really beautiful color, and I just can't get over how well it coordinates in this room, which is funny. But I'm just so happy that I was actually able to now have a handbag that coordinates with some leather accessories, and I'm so excited to have this one into my collection. So I'm just happy that I was able to treat myself, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially when you've worked hard, you come to a point in life where you've worked hard, you've achieved many accomplishments, you've learned a lot of lessons. You know, we pay our bills first, and every now and then it's nice to treat ourselves. And because this is a milestone year for me, I was just happy that this one was still available so that it could coordinate with those other beautiful SLGs in my collection. Few styles that were released within this color, I believe a walk, and then they also released the trendy, but the trendy, of course, they make those in the beautiful lambskin, and it had a lighter shade to it, and I just felt it gives it a bit of a different color because of the fact that this is in caviar, and then the lambskin just doesn't, it was a little bit of a lighter color, whereas this one had more of that blue undertone with the caviar print. Caviar grain on this tote and on the SLGs is actually really nice from how I like to see it. I personally don't like to see the larger pebbling on the caviar type leather handbags, because I know this is gonna sound crazy, but this is just how it was for me when I was growing up. It reminds me of chicken skin, like the skin on a chicken's foot, because of the way it looks. It's a pet peeve of mine, and that's just because of my grandmother sending me out to the chicken coop and having to go and grab the eggs from her every morning when I would go and visit my grandmother. So I have that visual ingrained in my mind from my childhood. And so I'm very particular when it comes to picking certain caviar pieces from Chanel, because some of them are more pronounced than others. And I know that's probably, y'all are freaking out or might sound crazy to you, but as a Latina growing up and my grandmother having a hen house in the back and having to pick the eggs and having to be around all of those hens and having to pick the eggs, that I can never get that visual out of my mind. I personally prefer it when the caviar is a little bit muted, just because of that horrible image that I can never get out of my mind from childhood. And that's what I liked about this collection, was that it wasn't so like in your face and very, very detailed where you could see that. And maybe it's the color that helps it, that's why, because I know on some of my other caviar handbags, it just kind of drives me crazy. So that's why I actually like a lot of the lambskin more on my Chanel handbags. But this is just gorgeous. The color is just beautiful. They all match. And amigos, just so you know, just a quick tip, in case you are ever in the market and purchasing a brand new handbag, if this is your first Chanel, or maybe you're purchasing a pre-loved Chanel and you're in the market for one to add into your collection, or your very first one, and whether you know this tip or not, but I always like to share it. Always know that the handbags, whether they are this newer style that have the beautiful little gold detail on the inside of that little like that little gold slot that I showed earlier. See that there? That, of course, is your authentication for the actual handbag because it has a number on it. And unfortunately, I don't have my readers in here, so I can't validate that number on that little, like that little chip, that little gold bar. I can't tell if it matches the number that is on here on this particular card that has the style number and then the season. But the number that is on here, actually, that number gets listed on your receipt when you are purchasing it from the store. Whether it is through your Chanel boutique or whether it is through an authorized retailer, those numbers should be listed on your receipt because then that shows that it is registered to you. So that is very important, very helpful, especially if you are one that is very good about taking your pictures and documenting all of that for your insurance company so that it's the picture of the bag, that your receipt, and then the actual authentication number. That's always really, really good to make sure that you have that with your insurance company because you never know whether it's loss, theft, or natural disaster where we might end up losing these handbags that we've paid a lot of money for. So whether it's that little gold chip bar or whether it is the other handbags prior to this new release where you actually had the authentication card and the number on the card actually matched the sticker that was on the inside of the handbag, or whether it was the little sticker on the inside of an SLG, that number is always going to be listed on the receipt. So always make sure that you look at your receipt and see that that number is there. So on this particular one, the number on the receipt matches the actual number on this particular little style card. So that's your little Chica tip for the day. So thank you so much, my friends, for allowing me the opportunity to reveal this beautiful new handbag tote from the 23C collection. This is just a beautiful commemorative piece for me. Every time I see it, I know that this is my accomplishment, that I worked hard within 2022 and I excelled, and I was thankful that I was put in a position where I could show that I am truly a leader, and I'm just very blessed and I'm grateful for that opportunity, and I'm grateful to be working for a wonderful employer for the last 18 years that gives the opportunity to continue to grow and for me be in a position that I truly love, truly enjoy, because life is too short. We're here today, gone tomorrow, and we need to enjoy what we do, where we work, and the fact that I am able to continue to excel. And I was also even recently rewarded with receiving my corporate title of vice president. So that was just an extra bonus, an extra pilon, as we say in our culture. But that just shows the growth that I have and the trust and the appreciation that my leadership has of me and for the job well done for 2022 and in the previous years that I've been under their leadership. So this is just a beautiful reminder of that, of those accomplishments, and again, a wonderful milestone treat for myself for this year that we are in. So thank you, amigos. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope to see you back here soon because I've got another reveal coming up for some wonderful jewelry gifts that I received from my husband for Valentine's Day. So can't wait to share that with you. To all our military men and women serving and defending our country around the world, I thank you for your service and I thank you for my freedom. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click that bell notification so it'll alert you when I upload my latest video that's coming up. Have a wonderful day. Hasta la próxima. Bye-bye.